What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. This is going to be a brief pros and cons video of the Nitecore Concept 1. Just a reminder to you guys, the pros and cons videos on our channel are purely subjective. Please feel free to disagree with whatever, if not all of what we're saying. It's just how we feel with our experiences with the light during my time with the light, things that I found to like and not like. So we're going to jump straight into it. This is the Concept 1 by Nitecore. This isn't by any means a new light compared to some of the others, but the first con that I'm going to pick out point out is the same con that I have pointed out on the EC23 light by Nitecore in our other video, and that's the fact that they're not putting the ANSI specs on the packaging itself. So on the back it's got a really cool looking box. I think that's going to help it with marketing, but from a flashlight enthusiast perspective, I think we want to see the chart. Now, the chart is available with all of its run times and all of its lumen outputs in the pamphlet inside for the user manual. But on this particular box, it's got 4 different specs on it. It shows maximum runtime in its lowest setting, but doesn't say what the lowest setting is, what the max distance is, what your maximum intensity is, and the maximum output is. For me, I just think they could have done a better job if they had simply put the full ANSI specs on the back. So that's going to be the first con of this light. After the con, I would just want to point out, and this isn't going to be a long video, guys, because lights like this are very basic. The user interfaces are too. There's only so much you can say about it. And to me, lights like this, for most users, are either hit or miss. Some people are probably really going to love them, and the other people are probably not so much. In my experience, and I am probably completely wrong in saying this, but in my experience, I've always found a rear tail cap to be the best form of user interface, especially those like with Olight style user interfaces or Claris style user interfaces where you have versatility to switch in between modes just from the rear without changing the position of your hand. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you need to maneuver the light as best you can, for me, it's a lot more natural biomechanically to move my hand like this, or to get around a table, for example, and point upwards, than it is to have my hand on it like this to try to point. My wrist only moves so far in this position. So another con for me, and now I understand that this is the position of this light, so or this was purposely designed this way. I just am not the biggest fan of single side switch operations. In my experience with lights like this and the EC23 as well, it all relies on timing, and it's probably because I'm not very rhythm oriented, but it's difficult for me to get the timing right, to switch through the modes, to remember how to get to every single mode from a single side switch. It just is. Not to mention, it increases the chance, in my experience, of accidental turn-ons. Just putting the light, for example, into a holster, not this light because this light doesn't even come with a holster, but referring back to the EC23, and I have had accidental ons with this light as well, just from the position of the pocket clip. If you rock the pocket clip in your light, or I'm sorry, if you rock this light in your pocket the way that the pocket clip is oriented here, you're going to see that it puts, depending on where you have the pocket clip on, it puts the switch next to your body. And it does not take much pressure at all from this metal switch to activate it accidentally. It just doesn't. It doesn't take much at all, and I've had several accidental turn-ons with it. One of the pros to this light, I think, is the fact that first and foremost, it comes with a pocket clip. I'm not sure how crazy people are going to be about a pocket clip that's actually already screwed onto the body. Some people are probably going to like the versatility of being able, to take one on and off, but it's great that they have this on there. Con of the pocket clip, at least for me, is the fact that you can only carry it lens up, and I don't like that. I've never carried lights that way. A lot of Olight guys and a lot of other guys are probably very used to that, so that's probably going to be not a problem for them at all. For me, it's a bit of a con. I like being able to reach it from the tail cap side. The knurling on it is fairly decent. I think that's another pro to this light. Overall, the length of this light for the amount of output it's claimed to have, being an 18650 factor light, is awesome. If you guys just want to insist on having an 18650 cell light, I mean, this honestly, guys, is about the same length as some of your AA size lights, in all fairness. So the fact you're getting 18650 run times and outputs from a light like this is, for me, the absolute greatest pro you could possibly have from this particular light. They definitely nailed it with that for sure. One thing I wanted to point out, if you guys have happened to stumble across the beam shots video where we compare this light to the EC23, the M2R Warrior, and the XT2CR, although this light and the EC23 are rated at 1800 maximum lumens, in our beam shot videos, and not just through the camera but with our eyes as well, we were all in agreement that the 1800 lumens that's claimed from both of the Nitecore lights just seem to actually be less output and less flood than both the XT2CR and M2R Warrior, which are claimed at having significantly lower outputs. So all in all, guys, I think this concept one is going to work for certain people, especially people who get the user interface down. The size format of this light is exceptional. I do think, for those of you considering this light, just be careful how you're carrying it with the pocket clip, because I think that the position could potentially lead to a tremendous amount of accidental turn-ons. But I think it's a solid product by Nitecore. They're definitely one of the biggest brands in the industry. So I'm not going to doubt the reliability or the durability of this light. But there are certain things, again, like the pocket clip position, and I'm just not a big fan of the side switch user interface that I would have liked to have seen slightly different from this type of light or this size of light. So all in all, I hope this helped you guys out. Also, this light does not come with a holster. Just throwing that out there. It's been a long time since I've pulled a light out, at least in the 18650 factor, that doesn't have a holster. Now, it is very small, so a lot of people probably would not need a holster for this anyways. But in the event that there are some of you guys out there who just like carrying something outside the waistband, you're not going to be able to do it out of the box with this light. It does come with a cell, though, and I meant to mention that as well. It's a 3100 milliamp Nitecore, high discharge. I think it's an IMR cell, but it's a good battery, so it does come with that. That's really cool too. So at the price, that's definitely reasonable. In my opinion, between this light and the EC23, I would go with the Concept 1, personally, over the EC23. That's just my personal opinion. Hope this helped, guys. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. God bless.